Oh yeah, and gameplay wise, it was like, oh, after you restrain Jill while Shovel is pulling that thing out of her chest, or otherwise 7 cinema. Yeah, I don't understand why people was hating on Resident Evil 5 so much. It was basically 4, but like just more action based. Like 4 was a lot more stop and go with its movement, but 5 you get to move a lot more action. The AI system with the your co-op with Shovel was obviously ass, but other than that, it's a fun game. Glad to see Resident Evil 5 got more love because it was way overhated. I don't understand why it was so hated though. That's the thing that confuses me. It's like, what was it about the game that was so bad? Maybe it was because it was right after Resident Evil 4 and people were just in love with Resident Evil 4 during that time, maybe. But even still, bro, it basically was just more action past Resident Evil 4, bro. I guess some people didn't like the direction the story started from Resident Evil 4 going towards more action, and then Resident Evil 5 cementing that hatred. But people love Resident Evil 4 is in the category for one of the best games ever made. Like in that little category, bro. People love Resident Evil 4. That's kind of, I feel like people, it's like this whole thing with God of War Laufey, man. People just need a reason to hate on something. And I just think it's stupid, man. Like, just enjoy it for what it is. Like, everything doesn't have to be something similar to what you've already played. That's the thing about when you're a creative person and you create things and you get stuck in a box of like, you only known for this one thing. When you try to break out of that box and do something different, the fans who fell in love with that one thing you created can't see that you just want to create because they get so used to that one thing. I'm just like, bro, that's what, bro? Crazy. Bots be hating. I'm telling you, bro. Yeah, don't know. It's hard to excavate people's reasons in retrospect unless you find like reviews from the eras and stuff. I don't really care. I just think it's stupid to hate on something that you're still gonna play and you're still gonna spend money on in the first place. It's like now, like Sonic had a lot of bad games, like a lot of bad games in its history ever since '06 up to now, before we got like Frontiers and Shadow Generations and everything. And people were just complaining and comparing it to all the old games and still hating on it and yada yada, finding all the negative, all the bad things in it. But they're still spending $60 every single time a Sonic game comes out. So it's like, if you really hate the game that much, stop supporting it. Don't even talk about it. Like, you can't sit here and say that you don't like something, but then you're still like being around it. And there's nothing wrong with giving your opinion on it, but there is something wrong when your opinion is just baseless and it's just unwarranted hate because you don't like it and you're trying to make other people have that same view as you. Like, come on, bro. Like, you're free to hate what you want to hate, but let people enjoy what they want to enjoy, bro. Their enjoyment of things is going to stop you from, you know, not liking the game or not liking something. Yeah, I try my best to be open-minded, and if I don't enjoy something, I'll try to at least have a perspective about it. Like, it might not be for me, but maybe someone else have fun with it. And again, like, if I don't like it, I'm just not gonna play it. Like, why am I gonna waste my time and energy with something I don't like? Like, I don't like Jack X. I don't like Jack X. But I'm not gonna sit here and like get mad at somebody because they like Jack X because I don't like it. Like, that's stupid, bro. That said, if I'm passionate about a series, I can express disappointment and concern. I think that's my right, but at the same time, it's not a good idea to be irrationally angry. Like I said, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I'm never going to tell somebody that they're wrong for agreeing or disagreeing with something that but yeah, you can have your opinion on something, but it's wrong when you make your opinion so heavily distorted to the point where like you have to have dogmatism and people, you can't agree with folks and you have to change people's minds and stuff. Like, you have your opinion, someone has theirs, and if you don't like it, you just agree to disagree. That's all it is. I'm not looking forward to some choices from a certain developer whose game I like, but trying to have an open mind rather than giving preemptive hate. Yeah, and then, like, you know, we won't know what's happening. We won't know the final picture until we actually see it, you know? Like, I don't like that Kingdom Hearts 4 is looking like it's not going to be that good, but I'm going to give the game a chance before I just think that, oh, it's just Kingdom Hearts 3 again with a fresh coat of paint and a new model, because it really looks like just fucking Sora from Kingdom Hearts 3 in a realistic city. That's all it looks like to me. But I'm gonna give the game a chance before I just sit here and say it's a bad game, you know? Yeah, you got the right mindset. It's exactly. We can all still be mature adults in our opinions. Shit, not a lot of folks, man. A lot of people were just like, no, if you don't agree with me, you're wrong. Fuck you. Your mom should have swallowed you. That's the type of shit they be on, bro. And that's why I say the internet is a sick place sometimes, bro, because these freaking kids, these people, these grown adults, a lot of them be grown as fuck, acting like 5-year-olds, hiding behind a computer screen. Really need to get slapped sometimes, bro, because it's like, bro, you wouldn't say that shit to somebody's face, bro. No matter if it's your opinion or not, bro. Like, let's be respectful at the end of the day. Now that I said it, I can just wait for the time something tests me and exposes me as a hypocrite when I fly off the handle. We all have our moments of weakness. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but that's the thing. We're human beings, man. Like, we're not perfect, you know? I've done and said some things where it's like, you know what, man, I really went off the deep end, bro. But it was because, like, you know, it probably triggered an insecurity or triggered something that just, like, really irked me. Or something that, like, a situation I probably went through in the past. And, like, I didn't get the righteous justice. So now I don't want to see it happen with somebody else. You know? It's like me and Zenef and a bunch of other people were having, like, a conversation about toxic masculinity. And I was telling him that, like, it started because, like, he said that it was some situation where, like, some girls, because I'm from the military and he was in the military too, where a girl could get away with absolute murder and sexual harassment or anything because she's a girl. And so people will see it as like, man, this girl can't do anything wrong. But if a guy so much as breathes on a woman, and I'm not saying that it's right for either of them to do it, he's immediately reprimanded. And he's like, yeah, there's reasons for that, da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, bro, like, you can't sit here and say that every man is a terrible toxic person because a few of them hurt women. There are plenty of women who hurt men and they get away with it. You're gonna sit here and say that those women aren't bad people? And we didn't agree on a lot of things, but we still had a respectful conversation at the end of the day. You know? It was all of this. And I still respect and love Zenef the same way he respects and loves me. We don't hate each other, none of that stuff. We had a moment of agreeing in some areas and disagreeing in other areas and stuff. And, you know, I learned something, he learned something from me. That's all it is. Generalizations are super dangerous. I don't believe that just because I'm a man that I'm toxic. And I don't believe that every man needs to suffer because a few men hurt a few women. And there's a lot of women who are just afraid of men because, and rightfully so, for all the women who have been through any type of abuse. I'm not condoning any abuse, but I don't believe that I should feel bad as a man and watch everything that I say and do just because a few girls got hurt. I'm going to do right by myself and right by all the women that I come across. Never going to do anything to make women feel unsafe, but I'm never going to just feel like because I'm a man I'm toxic. That was my main thing. That I was like, I didn't agree with that. That was me. And, you know, he had his belief system and I have my belief systems. You know, we don't have to always agree on everything. But I think that was a very, very good conversation that needed to be talked about because a lot of people just either don't know or don't want to talk about it. And I learned a lot about the things that women go through and that, you know, is different than what men go through. And hearing people's stories, and I'm just like, man, okay, I understand your point of view now. And then there's some like they try, you know, sometimes people try to understand your point of view, but a lot of times people can only see as far as what they've experienced and as far as their emotional intelligence goes, you know. So, you know, it goes back into what we were saying about, like, it's okay to have opinions, but you gotta just be respectful of other people's opinions as well. Don't be so caught up on, like, your point of view that you can't take in anybody else's point of view. In this info warfare era that we're in, I genuinely believe that many of these assholes are proper bots. Yeah, literally. They exist in the smartphone and in the bot form. So just generate engagements. Yes, they don't have no damn life. Need to touch some grass and touch some ass, preferably their own. Need to take a shower and stop being on the damn internet all day. Yeah, that's awesome that you can have that sort of respect and relationship where you can disagree but still see each other's point of view. Yeah, it just took time and maturity and stuff. And like, I'm the type of person where like I'm gonna ask questions until I understand it. Like, I'm not gonna just take your word for it, but I'm also not just gonna be like, nah, you're wrong. I'm gonna be like, okay, so what do you mean by that? Like, what is your point you're trying to get across to me, so that way it's not coming off as like you're just saying that I'm wrong for having my views. Like, let me understand this, you know? Another example is like when Zenef asked me like my ideal lady, and I said it, and Mego, his wife, was listening, and I mentioned something about I just want my girl to prioritize her health. Doesn't mean that she needs to be in the best shape of her life, but I just want her to prioritize her health. And she thought that I meant that I want my girl to always be healthy and fit and always in the best shape of her life and keep her body tight. And she was like, but women go through things like pregnancies, hormonal changes, everything, you know, emotional things that could regulate the body that they have no control over. And I was like, yeah, we're saying the same thing. I'm not sitting here saying that women need to always be in shape. That's, every man's not going to always be in shape. We go through things that's going to change our bodies as well. Especially if we got to get surgeries and stuff like that. Like, things is going to change us. I'm never going to tell a woman that she's unlovable if she's not in the best shape of her life. I'm saying prioritize your health, and prioritizing your health doesn't always mean being in the best shape of your life. It means sometimes you need to go to sleep. Sometimes you need to say no to that venture. Sometimes you need to just take time for yourself. That's health. You feel me? That's what it's all about. And you know, when she understood that, we started to realize, okay, we're saying the same thing. She just misunderstood because it triggered her in a sense, because there's a lot of women who have been told that they're unlovable unless they are in the best shape of their lives. And it's like, that's terrible to tell a woman, especially a girl that you love. Like, a lot of the things we say as men to the woman that we love really can affect them in a very negative way or a positive way. So you got to be very careful with how you say things to a girl, especially when it comes to her image. You know, there's a lot of women already deal with that whole thing of like having to have a good image and look good and everything, and it ruins their body, man. You see so many women with eating disorders and just like, you know, poor self-image, body dysmorphia, all that shit. You never want to tell nobody. Even some men deal with that. Some men deal with eating disorders, body dysmorphia, not feeling lovable unless they're in really good shape. It's like, yeah, it's important. If someone has a different opinion from me, I just wish them a good day. The last thing I want to do is personally debate, unless it's with a loved one or a close friend going through something serious. Just my opinion. But I think 99% of debates these days are just a waste of time because of so many bad faith actors who confuse wanting to be right with proper debating. It's a lost art, sadly. Yeah, and it's like a lot of the conversations basically was that, where it's like it was a lot of dogmatism mixed with we were trying to like understand each other, but it's like it was just like, no, this is my belief and I'm sticking by it and you're wrong. And it's like, come on now, bro. Like, we can't. We gotta have like a better understanding of life rather than like, that's my thing, man. I never want to see anybody think that, like, you know, they're wrong for that, but I do want folks to just learn that, man. Like, debates require like hearing people without trying to add in your own emotions to it, and it's hard to do when it's something that's a serious topic, because, you know, when we've been hurt, bro, like, we just want to express our opinions and like let people understand, like, yo, this is not right, you know. But yeah, at the end of the day, like what you said, bro, like a lot of people just want to be right. They don't really care about trying to have a discourse. They just want to feel justified in their feelings, and it's crazy, man. So yeah, that's the mature thing, man. That's why I fuck with Addy, because Addy really has a mature way of like handling a lot of situations, and I really respect that about him. So shout out to Addy, bro. Because it's really hard to have conversations like that. Like, I'm not afraid of having conversations that are really hard and that make you feel uncomfortable, because that's how you grow, is by having those uncomfortable conversations. But I'm also not going for disrespect. That's my thing. Like, I don't disrespect folks. You don't gotta disrespect me. You respect me, I respect you. That's my thing. And sometimes it's hard to have that, bro. Is why I don't really talk to a lot of people about that. But that's why I'm glad I have my own platform, because, you know, we can grow and learn. I'm all for growing and learning. I don't know everything. I don't always think I'm right about everything, and I'm always open to learning new ways of living life, because that's how you grow. Yeah, man. Let's have conversations where we just are mature and put our biases aside, you know? Put our biases and emotions aside, and let's talk about something deep. Oh, so this is what the most Twitter users run through on the morning jogs. It makes sense why they type the dumb shit that they do on this on that app. I'm so glad I got rid of that app, bro. That app was just a waste of just time for me, honestly. No offense to anybody who uses Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, but there's just, I quit posting to it a long time ago, but I still scroll it silently just to get news on new games and stuff. And admittedly, it's a guilty pleasure to see people arguing over the dumbest shit to get a good laugh. Hey, I get you. I can't even blame you for that one, because it's incredible. Even in Instagram and YouTube, like the type of arguments people will get into, bro. So funny story, bro. I got a funny story time, right? There was this one like guy whose name is 6'7" on Instagram, right? he posted a video because he does a podcast with beautiful woman, and he posted a pic, just like a preview picture of like him and this like super thick beautiful white woman posted up before the podcast, right? And like, you know, he was just laughing and giggling, and like she just playfully hit him a little bit, and like the comments of all the black women went insane with like, that's your wife, like that's the girl you decide to date, da 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 da. I'm like so concerned about if this dude is married to this white woman instead of the fact that he's doing a fucking podcast. And he had to do a whole video expressing that that wasn't his wife. And I bring all kinds of women on the show, and my wife scans them all and she gives me the grace before I even put the woman on. And my comment on there was like, bro, it's crazy how many black women and just people in general think that black men are only obligated to date black women. And I said, whether that girl was white, Asian, black, Hispanic, or a Cookie Monster, or whatever the hell he wants that girl to look like, he's free to date who he wants to date. And this was the part that they missed. I said, what does her race have to do with the fact that he's doing the podcast? They focused on the things that don't matter. And so there was just a bunch, there was this one black girl who was literally going back and forth. I'm talking writing essays about the fact that there's black men who don't support black women and will date white women to get back at black women, and all kinds of crazy ass shit this girl was talking. I never responded. She got into a whole 30 message match with one woman in this thread. Like I was getting message after message after message because this girl was so fucking mad about it. She was adamant about trying to get me to respond to that shit because she didn't agree with the fact that what I said was right. like how are you gonna be upset if this man decides to date a white woman, bro? Like that's none of our business on who he decides to date, and it's not gonna affect your life if he's dating somebody who isn't what you believe he should be dating as a black man. And man, I had to block that lady, bro. She was crazy. She was fucking crazy as fuck, bro. I'm talking, I've never seen somebody so damn obsessed with trying to be right. And it goes back into what you said earlier, bro, about like people when they debate, they don't care about freaking trying to debate. They just want to be right. She just wanted to feel justified in her feelings because she was so hurt that there's black men who date outside of black women. I'm just like, so you mean to tell me you want to police every black man in the world, and you gonna tell me that you think every black man should date black women because of your belief system? Like, how delusional can you get? I have never experienced that level of delusion in a person until I read that comment section. It was fucking hilarious. Hell yeah. Only way to respond to that would be, man, this is a Wendy's, bro. Like, there was one lady that she was going back and forth with, and the lady was like, lady, why do you keep responding? Like, this is a brand new day. I done showered. I done freaking took my kid to freaking school and shit. Like, you ain't got nothing better to do. You have no life to that point that you need to fucking continuously comment. She's like, oh, you keep responding, da 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 da, all that stuff. And then when the lady stopped responding, then she tried to message me like, oh, why do you feel the way you feel? Answer the question. Answer the question. And at that point, I blocked her. I was like, bro, you're fucking wild, bro. Like, if you think I'm gonna have any respect for you at this point, bro, like you're bugging out. You're bugging out, bro. I don't know what else to tell you at this point. But yeah, folks, please don't, guys, do not argue with people on the internet, bro. It's not worth the hassle, bro. It is never that serious to get your point across to that degree.